Deja Vu Show. We're in here live with LL Cool J.
What's up, Deja Vu?
Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. This brother's been on TV, on movies, Mr. CBS himself. Like, what?
That's funny.
So now you're here talking about the Rock the Bells Festival.
Yeah.
Give us all the information on this, and where did the idea come from for you?
Well, the place it came from was I just believe that hip-hop culture isn't disposable.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that it shouldn't be marginalized. And the treatment that I saw, you know, Paul McCartney and Bruce Springsteen and Mick Jagger and Madonna and those folks get, I felt like hip-hop culture deserves that same type of treatment.
Right.
And I felt like, you know, presentation is everything. Sometimes, you know, there's a time and place for the greasy brown bag, but there's also a time and place for the silver platter. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
I felt like I wanted to deliver and elevate and celebrate these artists this way because they deserve it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hip-hop culture changed my life. It changed not just for the artists, but think about the periphery. Think about all the people, you know, the jocks, the DJs, but even beyond that,
It
cameras,
changed the
social.
entire culture.
It changed the entire culture. So why aren't we celebrating and elevating these artists the way we should?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was becoming commoditized. You can't tell me, you know, that, you know, the Beatles are super important and then tell me that this guy's only valuable if he has a song on the Billboard charts this week.
Talk about it.
It doesn't work that way.
But I wonder, is it our culture that kind of feels like we're disposable sometimes? I mean, do we not show the love?
Well, yes, it's training, but like it's software programming, right? Like at the end of the day, somebody has to have some set example and be a leader.
Right.
Like, so it's not that sometimes people just don't know any better.
Okay.
Hip hop is still a very young genre. So for a lot of us, we felt like, you know, this is a young genre. And I guess it's just out with the old and in with the new. And that was just the mindset. But the reality is that it's a culture, and the culture is bigger than music, and the culture is all of the roots, all of the tree, all of the fruit, all of it. And you have to think about all of that and preserve all of that because 300, 400, 500 years from now, you want the narrative to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to take that on my shoulders and take that on as something I want to do. I did it for myself over the years, and I said, you know what? All the things I do for myself personally in my career, now let me turn it around and do it for the culture in general. So that's why, you know, I have the channel on satellite radio across the street. That's why, you know, we're doing this festival because I want to see these kings and queens be elevated the way they deserve to be elevated. You know what I mean?
Love it. I love it. All right, so the festival is happening this weekend.
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah, no question.
Rock the Bells Fest. We got Rick Ross, little Trina, little Busta, little Scarface, something for everybody. Right?
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing on this stage? I just want to know.
Well,
I want to see. I want to go in. Are you going to crush them like a jelly bean or what?
Well, look, you know, I've been here a while, and there must be a reason for it, right? So I guess people just got to come and see what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I can show you better than I can tell you, and you kind of got to, sometimes you just got to check things out. You know, like maybe you only know me from, you know, hosting and you see me do that, or maybe you only know me from, you know, acting, or you know, oh my aunt loves your show, or my grandma, like
but you know there is a segment of society that only knows that, and then they're like, LL Cool J does XYZ.
Right, and for that segment of society, it's like, you know, come see me engage with my first love. You know what I'm saying? So what I do on stage is what I do, but you have to come see it and witness it to understand the difference between, you know, hearing about a dunk and seeing somebody dunk. There's a difference.
Look at this. I love it. All right, so LL, take us back.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, you first fell in love with hip hop. Right. What were you listening to? Who were you listening to? What was that one thing that said, yo, I got to be like them?
Well, when I'm generation one of hip hop, right? So, you know, I was the first generation to grow up on hip hop. I'm generation 1.5 as an artist. The first thing I heard was the Cold Crush tapes. And then, you know, all of the tapes, Force MCs, all of that stuff was floating around, flashing them, all that. And then the records started coming out. I started hearing, you know, obviously Rapper's Delight and King Tim III and Lady B and, you know, Super Wolf and all these artists that people don't know and like a lot of people may not know.
Right.
You know, Fearless 4, Treacherous 3, Crash Crew. You know what I'm saying? You know, Soul Sonic Force. You know, all of those groups. And, you know, for me, it was like, it was the first time I heard, you know, black men and women sounded empowered. You know what I'm saying? They may not have been talking about the most serious topics in the world, but just the fact that they were speaking proudly and bragging about imaginary lives that maybe they didn't even have at the time.
Right, but that's that vision to get them out of where they were.
It made I got bodyguards, I got 2 big cars. You know what I mean? Like all of that made me feel something inside and made me feel empowered. You know, because it was aspirational. You know, because when you grow up in the hood, you feel invisible. You feel like, you know, I mean, your man will get shot and nobody, you know, your people know about it, but the whole world just moves on like it never happened.
Yeah.
So this was the first time I heard us sounding empowered, sounding like we got a voice. And that was something I wanted to be a part of it instantaneously. I just fell in love with it. That's why I do it. That's why see, when you got a why, when you do something, when you have a real reason why you do something.
Talk about the why come through.
Yeah, that's how you can continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? Money and all of that is a result. You know, it's like I was just telling somebody across the street that, you know, the champagne and the trophy and all that is a result of playing well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to play well. But if you really love the sport, you can really play well. So it's like in life, but you got to have a why. You got to have passion, right? So why do you do the things you do? You know, like it's very important whether you're starting a business, whether you know, starting a company, whether you going after a job, whether you trying to go out on your own, whether even you think about leaving home. Why? Why are you doing that? Do you know why? Because if you just, I'm not going to get the bag, that's not a good enough reason.
Tell them, because what's going to happen if the bag doesn't come right away?
You're going to get frustrated, quit, and be disappointed and give up on your dreams because you misjudged it.
Right, but your why will keep you going.
100%. 100%. Yeah, it's evergreen. You know what I'm saying? It's like renewable energy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I just always wanted to know how you made the transition and when did you decide to say, okay, I love this music thing, but it's time for me to expand my brand. You see a lot of artists now who are doing different things in different fields, but you have been able to successfully extend your career brand. It's like you're reinventing, okay, now I'm going to be over here on NCIS. Now I'm going to do this here. I'm going to host the Grammys. I'm going to be on these movies. How and when did you decide that this is the next step for you?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, you know, it's funny. You know, a guy told me a long time ago, you know, really important guy, popular guy, one of the greatest, never limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Never, ever, never, ever limit yourself. So, you know, if you have different talents, you should explore that and you should utilize them. The key, though, is just to, like I said earlier, just know why you're doing it and do it from the heart and be sincere about it. But don't limit yourself. And, you know, my grandmother used to always tell me that, you know, a smart rabbit got more than one hole. You know what I'm saying? To hide, to get in. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and it's like my dreams. I didn't want to limit myself. I wanted to do different things and try different things because we're on earth to maximize our potential. Because if you're not here to maximize your potential, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? It's like you could talk all day. A lot of people talk about a lot of things. It's like the play of Raisin in the Sun. You can sit around talking about it all the time, or you got to, at some point, you got to really deliver. You got to show and prove, right? So that's what I do. I just don't limit myself, and you know, when I want to do something, I believe, and I go get it. I got to go get it.
You got to go get it.
I got to go get it.
Were you nervous making that transition, though? I mean, like, coming in there, have you had any roles that you're like, yo, I should have gotten that one, and you see somebody else who snagged it?
I've seen that happen. I've had that happen before. I was up for the role of in the Jerry Maguire movie that Cuba Gooding got.
What?
Yeah. He got an Oscar for it, so...
It's okay. You still Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, bro.
Nah, I think I'm doing all right. I think I ain't mad at Cuba.
Just a little bit.
He can break dance better than me, but I'll be all right.
You all right. But listen, you were doing like the sitcoms way back, and I just think that the fact that you've been able to stay relevant and continue to, I don't know, repurpose, it's amazing in this industry.
Thank you.
Now, where do you go musically from here?
So, I just... when people ask me that question, usually the real feeling in the air most of the time is kind of like like you hear these legacy artists when like you hear artists say they're gonna come out with a new record. The first thing you think is, oh, that's so sweet, because I know I'm just gonna like your greatest hits, and I'm never gonna be interested in anything else that you do. Hold on. Let me just. This is. I'm just keeping it a buck, right? Let's keep it a buck.
Go ahead.
All right, so let's just get that out the way. Okay. Then the second thing is, all right, you're either gonna sound like you're in a time warp, or you're going to be out here trying to sound like you're 19 and play yourself. Okay, so which one of them is it going to be, right? So now we in that zone,
Now
right?
we in the zone.
Okay, It's not gonna be none of that.
Okay.
I just did a joint. I did an album with Q-Tip. I just finished it. He executive produced it, and you know, people are gonna have to hear it, and when they hear it, then you'll tell me what you think. But I'll tell you this: I never I always try to do something new, and I always try to push the envelope, and I always try to take things to another level, creatively and from my spirit and in terms of what I'm talking about. So, you know, we'll see how people react when the record comes. You know, it's coming, and the record, you know, you guys will hear it, and you'll see if you want to play it, and people will listen, and Twitter will do their thing, and we'll all find out what it is.
I mean, because it's a
we're
different
all
game now
we're
with
gonna
that.
find. It's not gonna be under the radar. That's
you know
for
they're
sure.
gonna speak some stuff, but no, as long as you got some good production and everything, people are gonna vibe with it. But I will say, speaking as a fan who loves music, right, all genres, you know, you fall in love with the artist at certain points in their career. And we know as artists, you have to grow, but you're still going to be loving XYZ song from them, right? You're going to open the doors for the new stuff, but they're always going to be those favorites. I mean, I'm sure you have favorites from your artists,
of
too.
Of course. I love, you know, Michael when he was singing, you know, back, you know, I Want You Back, and I love him on Thriller, too. And,
Right?
and I like Bad Joints, too. Yeah, there's different eras. And then some of us just live through all them eras. And, you know, I believe that, you know, not unlike Mike, you know what I'm saying? I believe that, you know, I think I can give people something that is meaningful now. I think I can make a meaningful contribution. I don't think it has to be your standard run-of-the-mill C minus veteran artist album that everybody's usually expecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that. I know that's probably how it's usually written. That's how the narrative is usually written, but I think people will be hopefully pleasantly surprised. You know, we're going to see. We're going to see.
We're going to see. Now, when can we expect this new music?
It'll be towards the end of this year, you know, next year, towards the end of this year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know?
All right, we in the studio working on things. Okay, so
no, it's done. It's complete.
Oh, it's completely done.
Oh no, it's
so
completed.
You can drop it whenever you want to.
No, we're just working through the business of it. It's done. No, the album is complete. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I ain't just, you know. Nah, it's real. You know what I mean?
But I ain't just wake up today and say I'm gonna make a new record.
You know. It's like, you know, famous last words. Okay,
right.
I understand now. Oh, you thought I was playing, right? You thought I was playing. This is the.
I thought
this is gonna be the. You thought I was playing.
Right.
Y'all gonna see.
He said he's gonna show and prove. He said he's going to show and prove.
Okay.
LL is not about these games.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. But, talk to us about coming out of this pandemic. What have you learned? What have you gone through and grown through? I've seen you and your wife, all these, you know, great pictures and business ventures and even the vacations. Talk to us about the things that centered you during this pandemic.
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, on the vacation, as luxurious as the IG photos may seem, I was on Zooms back to back, getting ready for the festival. Sorry to disappoint everybody. But
no, we saw you all pictured up with Magic and Cookie and Tina and all that.
I know everybody thought I had like hot candle wax being poured on my chest as I bounced off the Grecian waters.
Exactly. Look, we were like, how can we be invited to that party?
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I was on back to back. I had a great time with Magic and Cookie. You know, Magic's my mentor, it's my big bro. Had a great time with them. But I was working. I was working a lot, you know, handling Rock the Bells and all the things we do. Now, in terms of the pandemic, I mean, you just learn that faith is important. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember to, you know, believing in God is important. You got to remember to, you know, for me, you realize that human beings are important.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like even in business, when you put resources before human beings, it's usually detrimental to your company. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to build something big, if you're trying to build something great, even if you're in the street, if I got a crew, like if I don't take care of them and if I put money before my crew is gonna be all twisted and morale's gonna be, because they gotta be, you know, you gotta take care of people at least. And if they got a problem, they gotta be, they can come to you too, you know, because you're not a mind reader. But at the same time, you want to take care of people. So the pandemic taught me to just what people were going through. Like one of the things I did during the pandemic, and this even honestly influenced my album a lot, is that I would put my mask on, put shades on. I went all over to all the projects in New York City.
That's right. You were
You know
popping
what I'm
up in
saying?
different places.
Yeah, I went to all the I was like everywhere. I was like 40,
That was
Baisley.
such
I was
a
in,
cool thing.
I was in red. I was everywhere. Like you name pink houses.
What made
like,
you do that?
Because I just wanted to see what was going on in the
Mm-hmm.
world, and just, you know, you get in a bubble.
Yeah.
You could just be in a bubble.
Literally
You know what I'm
in that
saying?
bubble.
Literally in a bubble. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to see what was going on in the world. And that may not sound like a big deal to somebody who does it every day, but when you've been doing what I've been doing and you've been going for a long time, you know, coming home, that's a big part of it. And just remembering, you know, what your people are going through. Like, how can you speak to people if you don't understand what they're going through?
Say it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, and hip hop culture, quite frankly, even though there's a lot of money flowing and all of that, was never really about that. Like, I'm not saying we don't want to get money. We always want to get money. I mean, when I was growing up, I was with all the hustlers all over New York City. I was with every prominent hustler you could imagine.
I saw you in a
Trust me. Well, I'm just saying, but at the same time, there's got to be more to it than that, right? Like, it's got to be more to it than just the money. It's got to be some spirit in what you do and how you move. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
In order for you to do it a long time. And if you really want to get it and be successful. So for me, the pandemic taught me all those things. It made me kind of reconnect with the world, reconnect with people, you know, be a little more grateful. You realize how precious things are.
How quickly things can change,
You know,
and shift.
And I'll tell you another thing, like, you know, everybody, you know, I know people sit at home and they have the fantasy about the mansion and the yachts and the big cars and all the things that they want. And there's nothing wrong with that. I understand you want it. You should want it. You should get it. I get it. I like it. It's fun. I'll tell you, though, you realize, though, when you have a remote control and a chair and a television, and that's a lot, because everybody don't have that.
Right.
That's a super luxury, because everybody don't have that. But even when you have that and you got some food, you good, B. You good. You good.
Absolutely.
You good. I know you
Those
you
are the
want it all.
basics.
I know everybody wants the Rick Ross swimming pool. I get it. Ross is my man. I get it.
What are
But
the
you
artists at the
good.
festival? Go ahead.
But you good. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So basically what I'm saying is don't underestimate your position in life and where you are in your life, and don't let the Instagram and the celebrity culture and the billionaire millionaire culture make you feel like you less than a human or like you're somehow not worthy. Because I've been in the biggest jets with the most famous, richest people you could think of, and I've been in barbershops. The laughs are the same, B, if they're happy.
Right.
You know, and I've had billionaires tell me they're only happy in strip clubs.
Come on.
So what do that tell you? And I'm not saying that strip club culture is something wrong with it. Some women, some men, women, they got to do what they got to do.
Right.
I'm just saying that
All that
this is
external
where
stuff.
the only place the guy felt safe. Like, what is it? Because he feel like people are being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know
Honestly
they know
taking
why
the
I'm
money.
here. I know
Yes.
why I'm here. That's why he feels.
Honestly break me
you know
off,
what I mean?
yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
I
That's how
love
feel.
it. I love the mindset. I love the state. Legacy-wise, we see all these biopics coming out and all that.
Right.
When we get an LL story, and who would you say that you would see to play you? What? the evil laugh. Come on.
You know, the biopic something I'm more interested in now. To be honest with you, I wasn't really interested in that. I was like, yo, my kids could do that. Like, you know, that'd be a check they could get later. But
Right.
I understand the importance of it. So I don't know, because it would have to be somebody who, you know, can, you know, be calm and unassuming and then turn on the intensity when they need to. And that's you know,
It would
I
be
don't
such
know.
a huge moment, though, like a big theater promotion. I could just see it
Yeah,
already.
I would love to. I'm definitely open to it, and I'm definitely thinking about it. I've had people approach me about it, quite honestly.
And you really did shut him down? Like, hey, I'm not interested?
I've shut it down a few times, but now I'm in talks. I'm taking it a little more seriously, because I think it's selfish to not do it. It's almost like I need to share the story with people so that they can see what I've gone through, so that they can understand that even though for a lot of them, especially the young ones who look at me as a guy that's been famous their entire life, they don't
Right.
realize that like that I really was in the hood and how my life came and how things evolved. Like they don't understand that part. All they've ever seen was LL Cool J, the famous guy, whether, oh, my aunt loves my mother or this one or that one. You know what I mean? Like, so that's a part. That's why I feel like the story needs to be told so that the real kids, the kids that are in the hood now know what's possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand like what I been through.
They don't
you
know the grind. They don't know all the stuff that you, the blood, sweat, and tears.
I promise you.
Because everybody, again, thinks it's just instantaneous and it's overnight. But you've been grinding. You had to grind just to get to a certain level.
Yeah, well, you know, like there's a story, right? Like, I mean, just real quick, I think, like, people will say, like, you know, you got an amateur say to a pro, I want to be where you're at. And the pro will say, okay, well, you're going to have to sacrifice. There's going to be some blood, some sweat, some tears. You're going to have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And then the amateur says, well, that's easy for you to say you're a pro. See, people want it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't like the pain. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point right there.
Some are with it. Some are a glutton for punishment, but they just got the wrong plan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so you got to figure out where you at. You know what I mean? And then you got to make adjustments. You dig? You feel me?
Absolutely.
All right.
I feel you. I feel you. We got the compass. We're making the adjustments. We know where we are, where we're going. We know where we have been. So where are you going now outside of the music, outside of the festival? Is there any other brand compilation thing that you're doing? Any wines, any sneakers, any clothing?
So Rock the Bells is not just a channel and a festival. Rock the Bells is content, commerce, and experiential. So the experiential part is what you see with the festival.
Okay.
The content is premium content and branded content. We work with all kinds of brands, and we help brands talk to hip-hop culture in a lot of different ways. Like, I'll give you an example. Old Spice was looking for somebody to do a hair care thing. We put them with Big Daddy Kane and did a campaign. Like,
so you're doing it with other artists as well?
Yes.
Oh,
so
that's dope.
Even also something people don't know is Rock the Bells. What I did was I gave ownership percentage of Rock the Bells to Cool DJ Herc, Grandmaster Caz, Salt and Pepper, Run DMC, Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane.
My mouth is open.
Fab Five Freddy, Jonathan Mannion, Risk. All of them have an interest and equity in the company. Yeah, because I felt like most of the time in hip hop culture, it's always people confuse capturing value with being a great artist. They're two different things. Great artistry is great artistry. When Van Gogh, the great painter, when he died, he had nothing.
Nothing.
So artistry and capturing value are two different things. So just because you can capture value doesn't necessarily mean you're a great artist. It means that you were able to capture value through your art.
And capture that moment.
Now, that being said, you have, and Eminem also invested in the company. He has a piece as well.
Nice.
So you have these artists who some of them, obviously Run DMC or an M, they were able to capture value, Salt and Pepper. Then you have others who maybe weren't able to capture as much value.
Right.
So you know what? One day, we're gonna build this thing huge. We'll sell a small percentage of this. We'll keep control, but you'll get a big check because you never got to be rewarded by hip hop culture.
That's what I'm saying, because they paved the way, but they're not able to see, because the money comes so easy now for these artists, but they laid the foundation.
There you go.
And they were not able to capitalize. It was not as mainstream. I love that.
There you go. So Rock the Bells, when we say we're the champions of hip hop and we're the only brand owned by the culture, that's what I'm talking about.
Through.
Like, so it's content and it's commerce. So on the commerce side, we have licensing, right? So in our licensing, you know, in Rock the Bells, like you go in let's say a Target, you'll see a LL Cool J shirt, or you may see a Kane shirt, or you'll go in Walmart and you'll see our toys are coming out where we have, you know, black dolls and, you know, like hip hop culture based dolls. Like everything that we're doing is we're at every place that hip hop touches the people. Right?
Yeah.
Rock the Bells is everywhere that hip-hop touches the people, and we're lifting up the culture. So my job in the commerce area is to facilitate all of these licenses, to partner with all of the great people to make sure that all of these licenses, all of these images and likenesses are lifted up and elevated the right way. You feel me?
That
and
is
you see what I'm saying? So that's what Rock the Bells is. Rock the Bells is not just a channel and
I don't think I knew that it was all of that.
I know, because it's only because...
How come we aren't hearing more about that
because
other stuff?
to be honest, I just don't talk about that part of it a lot because I like to I don't like announcements. I like to make announcements with action.
Gotcha.
Right? So, you have somebody, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's like, oh, God, here we go again. All right, yeah, right. Nice watch. You know what I mean? Is that ice? You know what I mean? But in reality, that's why. So, but yeah, Rock the Bells is a real thing. We got a great team. The team is unbelievable. Our president, James Cuthbert came over. He was at General Mills and Kellogg's. My partner who I founded it with, his name is Jeff Yang. He's, he's been a VC for 37 years. And why am I telling you that? Because I'm telling you that because it's important for our community to know that we have to be able to partner with certain people. I'm the majority owner. Before anybody asks any questions, I'm saying you have to be able to partner with people in order to grow your brand and grow your business. And so Rock the Bells, that's what we're doing. And again, it's not about LL, it's about us. It's about our culture and our community. That's why I'm doing the festival. That's why I'm doing the things I'm doing. Like did we talk about the Trill Mill Food Court?
No.
So at the Rock the Bells Festival, Bun B came up with this idea to curate a Trill Mill hip hop food court. So at our food court, you're gonna have Nas's Sweet Chick. You're gonna have
snap.
E40 going with a spoon. You're gonna have Mia X's Whip Them Pots, Jada Kiss and Styles P's Juice for Life.
Yes.
You're gonna have Ghostface Killer Coffee. You're gonna have like so I wanted all of the hip hop artists that have food businesses and to be able to come in and be able to live. And there was one young lady, she has Nourish for Life or something like that. She was the only black-owned food vendor there. So, and she said because we moved all the vendors out for our program because we're bringing all these hip-hop vendors in. Right. She sent the email in, I was disappointed. So we let her start. I said, yo, put her back in. We can't have her get twisted. So she's in it. So it's all hip-hop food court. So when you go there, there's going to be activations like giant boom boxes, Salute the Sample Live, breakers. Like, it's not
So it's all elements of hip-hop.
Yeah.
All of this on Showcase.
Yes.
I see the
It's for
vision.
us.
That is
Yes.
going to be fire.
Yes. It's
and
the real
all
deal.
happening this weekend.
All happening this weekend, August 6th. August 6th.
It's
You know
going to
what
be
I'm saying?
crazy. That's going to
Saturday.
be dope. Rock the Bells Radio. Y'all got to make sure you're there. LL, I could talk to you all day. I mean, I know you got things to do. I can talk to you for real all day.
Appreciate it.
Can I get a streaming series or something? I just want to hear more of your. I'm serious. That's going to be the next Rock the Bells brand, okay?
All
Just
right.
conversations with LL. Just
Yeah,
the wisdom, spewing off
Todd
the wisdom. Come on, Todd Talks. Go ahead and make it happen for real. But love the vision and I respect you.
Thank you.
But just hearing this, I think it's notched up a little bit, brother. I think it's notched up.
Thank you.
Like, for real, seriously.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing. Always love the your give back and all that stuff, but this is just next level.
Thank you.
So
Thank
it's
you.
amazing.
It's for us. We're going to do it. We're getting it.
Come on.
We got this. This hip-hop culture thing is big. We got to treat it like it's big. We can't be playing with this. We can't shortchange ourselves. We got to know our own value. Our community is valuable. We got to know our value. We got to value each other. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It ain't about like siblings.
But that's a mindset that you have to get to. You said, it's about sharing. You have to partner to build your brand, to build everything. But it's a mindset to want to share because we all
Well, it's a time for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm 24 with my shirt off, I wasn't sharing that much.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying.
You
You
get
have
a
to
little
get to
older.
that
You get a
level.
little older. You see some new things now. If I come in here talking like I'm 24 with my shirt off, I look stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a time to evolve. So it's like, okay, I did that. Now, what's the next thing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go from the warrior to running the tribe, right?
Right.
Like, first you're the warrior with the spear in the jungle, and then
now
another
you're the
point
chief
you
of
get in the
Virginia.
chair, and now you run the tribe,
Yes.
right? Okay,
I got you.
that's got to be the evolution.
Come on.
Right?
I was going to ask you to do like some hustlers tips and some words of encouragement. This whole interview has been just that. I don't need nothing else. I mean, like, seriously.
Cool, good.
But LL, thank you so much for stopping by.
pleasure.
Can't wait to see more of what you're doing. This Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, this Kennedy Center Honors, doing
Thank you.
it all.
Thank
We
you. I
appreciate
appreciate
you
it.
and what you've done for the culture.
Appreciate you.
All
Much
right.
love. Deja vu.